Good morning, my awesome friends and followers of the channel. Thank you all very much for your continued support as we keep moving in the direction of non-bullshittery and transparency. With that said, it's Wednesday the 29th of October, nearly at the end of the month. Remembrance season. Yep, I have told you previously which charities that you should donate to. I've picked one from Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales, and two from England to give you a choice where the money goes to the right people. Yes. Shameful behaviour what's going on though, isn't it? I want to start off by saying thank you to every one of you that not only support me, but got behind my awesome team of moderators and support them, because ladies and gentlemen, without a good team around you on YouTube, you're never going to succeed. You're never going to go in the direction of success. You're never going to climb. The numbers aren't going to be good. The views are going to be rubbish, and no one's going to be talking about your channel if you're an arsehole and you just don't help people. You have to help people in order to succeed. If you don't help people on the way up, no one's going to be near you if you fall down. Remember that. That's a good quote. Is it mine? Probably someone said that before. But anyway, thank you to getting behind Carla. Again, at the end of this video, I am going to pin the link to her brand new YouTube channel on the top of the comments of this video. And I would love all of you that support me to get behind that wonderful woman. Things are looking bright for people, aren't they? And what else is happening? It's happened again. The good old UK. And I found this one, ready? The EU, ready? I take notes when I do things in the morning. So the EU, basically, the EU's most wanted criminals are leaving the EU and heading towards the UK so they can escape justice. That just goes to show you how weak the UK is when we are accepting people from all over the world without any criminal background checks. And by the way, digital ID won't solve that. Digital ID is to control the UK citizens. It doesn't control people in the EU. It doesn't control criminals. That's like saying stop the guns in America. But guns are there to protect people. Unfortunately, criminals use them for bad behaviour. It's shameful behaviour. Europe's most wanted criminals are all fleeing to the UK for safety and asylum. That's what they call it, asylum. Basically, they're just trying to escape justice, aren't they? Shameful behaviour. Boats aren't stopping. We haven't solved anything. It's costing billions a year. Rachel Reeves is blaming Brexit on our shitty economy. She's not blaming the fact that, how can you blame Brexit on millions of pounds of taxi fares for companies to move people around, for doctors to look after people, for interpreters? How can you blame Brexit on spending thousands of pounds on sun hats for people arriving on Dover? How can you blame Brexit for Domino's pizza orders? How can you blame Brexit for opening up military camps which have been sealed for years to house them in? It's a lie. And I said this at the start and I'll say it again. We only employed a certain amount of people in Afghanistan, and we have actually rehomed about 10 to 20 times that amount of people. Oh, and by the way, a poor man, 49-year-old guy, was stabbed to death in Uxbridge, London, out walking his dog by an Afghan asylum seeker. Does that sound like someone that worked with the British? Does it sound like someone that worked with us? Does it sound like a law-abiding person? Doesn't, does it? Because we're broken. And a couple of years ago, I can't remember his name, he was a major. He was a soldier, he was a major in 3 para. One of the company commanders, I believe. Might have been 2 para, I can't remember, I've worked both units. But I remember a few years ago, there was a major who asked me, Trevor, he was on X whenever I was on X. Trevor, can you do me a favour? Can you share this? I'm trying to raise funds to rehouse Afghans. And we fell out over this. And I said, wow. I said, no, I'm sorry. It's not something that I agree with. And then he got in a bit of a tit fight for me on social media. What do you mean? You don't agree with helping people? I says, no, I don't agree with what you're doing. Maybe as an OC in charge of a parachute regiment company, you should be raising funds to look after your injured soldiers rather than put the Afghans first. And I said to him, your priorities are all wrong. Oh my fucking God. He went on a campaign for months destroying me. You're a thief, you're this, you're that, you're a thief, you're this. That was a senior officer in the parachute regiment, by the way. Yeah, he knows who he is. His name is Andrew. Can't remember his second name. Yeah, in fact, he did call me one. You're nothing but a pound shop, Tommy Rob. You're nothing but a veteran's pound shop, Tommy Robinson. And I'm like, I thought about it. I think I called him a pound shop Jimmy Savile. Can't remember. Doesn't matter. But just go to show you, the higher up the echelon you go as officers, the more disillusioned you are. Do you know what I mean, ladies and gentlemen? Now, please let me know in the comments, do you think I was right in telling him maybe he should prioritise his own wounded soldiers over those? That's what I said to him. Anyway, it went down wrong. He probably still attacks me online. He's an arsehole. And this is why some of the veterans community started to attack me. Trevor this, Trevor that. They spread rumours then, don't they? I don't give a fuck about them. There we go. Yeah. People are disillusioned. As a soldier, prioritise your men over your fucking enemies. But some people don't look at it that way. Some people have a little bit of a power trip and they're chasing MBEs and OBEs, aren't they? They're chasing that little bit of... this is Andrew. Andrew, yes, tell them what you did. I raised £12,000 to rehouse Abdul and Mohammed. Oh, well done. Can we get him an MBE? They're all arseholes, ladies and gentlemen. All arseholes. I know he's probably going to watch this. I don't give a fuck, though. Yeah. Shameful behaviour from people. And if you look at the thumbnail of the video, what's happening now, ladies and gentlemen, and I have heard this from, I'm going to say this for the first time, a good, reliable source, that Prince Charles has been trying... Prince Charles? King Charles, Jesus. King Charles has been trying to get Prince Andrew out of the Royal Lodge for 3 years. And it came to a head with the Epstein things, let's be honest. It came to a head. And what's forced it now is this. This is what's forced it. Prince William got involved, future king. And he said, listen, if my Uncle Andrew doesn't leave the Royal Lodge, I am going to strip Princess Eugenie and Princess Beatrice of their titles. So the longer he holds on, the worse it's going to be. So William's ultimatum to his uncle was that you either leave ASAP and go, or I'm going to strip your daughters of their titles. And that is what's forcing Andrew's hand to move. Now Fergie, on the other hand, has become a little bit of an arse. Nowhere to live. Moaning to her little socialites, nowhere to live. Fergie, you're a millionaire. Buy a fucking property somewhere in the Cotswolds. Somewhere away from people. And just live out your life. You don't need to be in a Royal Lodge. You don't need to be in a royal residence. Just move. In fact, why can't you move in? Why can't you move into Frogmore with your ex-husband? You seem to get along quite well with him. It's a big enough house, but for some reason people at that echelon think that a house with 20 bedrooms, or the house has got 20 rooms, is not big enough. I mean, it's not big enough for your egos. It's big enough for any other family in the world. Certainly. Only time will show, though. Only time will tell as well. Woke up this morning to find out that Israel has bombed Gaza and killed dozens of people, even though there's a ceasefire. And I'll tell you why they did it. Hamas had the cheek to deliver one of the hostage bodies back, but it was the wrong hostage and it was the wrong body. And Israel just got pissed off them and did it. That's what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, listen, that's enough from me. I've got to go. I'm dropping my son off this morning at the golf course. He wants to go and play with his friend. I'll drop him off and I'll come back and I will relax for the day. Anyway, have a wonderful day, everyone. Stay safe. And I'm going to pin the link to Carla, my moderator's new YouTube channel, at the top of the comments. And I would really appreciate it if you would get behind me and support her. Thank you. Take care.